I'm so excited to be with you today. I hope you have enjoyed these devotionals as much as I have. Doing these every day has brought so much joy to me, and I hope they have to you as well. Today, we are talking about having faith even when we don't understand why. Sometimes that can be really tricky. We're going to take a look at the book of John, chapter 9, verse 1 through 3. It says, as Jesus went along, he saw a man who was blind since he was born. Jesus' disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned? Was this man born blind because he sinned, or did his parents sin? It isn't because this man sinned, said Jesus. It isn't because his parents sinned. He was born blind so that God's power could be shown by what's going to happen. Jumping down to verse 6, it says, after he said this, he spit on the ground. He made some mud with the spit. Then he put the mud on the man's eyes. Now that seems pretty crazy, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Let's jump over to Romans 8:28. It says, we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. He appointed them to be saved in keeping with his purpose. Sometimes it can feel like things are going great. Feels like everything is fantastic, nothing's going wrong, God and I are in sync, it's fantastic. And then bam, all of a sudden everything just flip-flops. Everything seems to be going wrong. We can ask God, why is this happening to me? God, are you mad at me? What did I do wrong? Sometimes it feels like when things don't go right, God is upset with us. But that's the farthest thing from the truth. Let's reread John 9, verse 3. It said, he was born blind so that God's power could be shown by what's going to happen. How amazing is that? The man who was blind was born for a specific purpose. And just like this man, you and I were also born for a specific purpose. Now I want to show you something. When things are going wrong, when things aren't going our way, sometimes it feels like the only thing we can focus on. Now if I pull this out just a little bit, can you tell what this is? You might be able to see a little bit, but you don't know exactly what's going on. It's kind of like our life, right? When things don't go our way, we only see what's right in front of us, but that's only a little bit. What if I pull it out just a little bit more? You might have a better idea, but we still don't know exactly what's happening. What if I pull it out all the way? Now we can see the bigger picture. And just like we can see the bigger picture, God has already seen his bigger picture for our life. He's already seen and prepared a way for you and for me. We might not understand the issues and problems going on, but we can know that God has a bigger plan for both of us. Sometimes we might wonder why our friend doesn't want to be our friend anymore, or why our coach pulled us out of the game when we've been practicing so hard. Sometimes we can focus on those little pieces, but just like in our story, and just like in Romans 8:28, we know that God works things for those who love him. He works them out perfectly for you and for me. Now, friends, before we leave, I want to ask you a question today. Knowing that the same God who healed the blind man is the same God watching over us, how can that change the way we see our problems? Knowing that he can heal someone who's blind, don't you think he could help us with our problems with our friends when we have an argument, or problem with our siblings when they just keep stealing our toys and our clothes? God can do great things through you and me, no matter the circumstances. Our problems might feel big, but friends, our God is so much bigger.